So yes, Mother's Basement. He's one of the OG large voices in the anime YouTube community, and he put out a video a couple days ago that took the anime side by storm. Reddit, X, YouTube, the whole nine, talking about the enshittification of Crunchyroll. Here's the dealio: Crunchyroll has been shit for years, since at least 2017, which is almost a decade now, if not longer. Would you agree with that, or do you have a different opinion of Crunchyroll?
I mean, yeah. No, I agree with you. Is he just now getting the notification of it?
Well, and that's the funny part. A lot of the anime community and whatnot have been saying, yeah, Crunchyroll's been shit forever. You're just now saying this because they don't sponsor you anymore. Now, I don't know if they ever did sponsor him, or if it was just one of those, like, people assumed Crunchyroll sponsored him because of his very milquetoast takes. But yeah, so let's get into the video and let's see what the what's going on with the downfall of Crunchyroll.
Big trouble. I'm currently watching all the new anime to prepare for my fall recommendation video, and I couldn't help notice something a little different about their subtitles this season. Namely, that they're all ass now. The font is...
Wow, he's just now getting here?
How much you want to bet? Because, mind you, I haven't seen this. How much you want to bet he's going to throw a bitch fit that some of these subtitles and translations are being done via AI?
I never thought of that. I highly doubt it.
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
I highly doubt it. My complaint is that you're getting the subs for the dub, not for what's being said in Japanese.
Yes, and a lot of people have issues with that. I myself have issues with that. I much prefer when you if you watch it dubbed, but also have subs on. Oftentimes, the dub and the subtitles won't match up because the sub will be what the more direct translation is. Like, try watching Naruto dubbed, but with English subs on Netflix. You're getting wildly different shit versus what's being said versus what's being read. So yeah, I agree with you. I prefer the more direct translations. And also, yeah, people have been throwing a fit about the font change and the size change. I haven't noticed that. I shouldn't say I haven't noticed. I did, but it didn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. What about you?
Well, no, it does bother me.
Oh, okay. Why is that? Why is the font?
Well, you're talking about the subtitles, right? Because Paul caught my attention for tagging my name, so I was trying to figure out what was going on in chat, which I'm not highlighting. But no, you're talking about subtitles, right?
Yeah. Not the translation, but like the physical change. The fact that the subtitles are smaller and the font's a little different.
Oh no, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. Then.
Okay, gotcha.
It looks normal to me. Like, I've seen way worse font for it.
All right, let's keep going then.
First, the subs don't have a drop shadow anymore. They're timed terribly, with lines just cutting off halfway through sentences, and when characters speak over each other, they just stack the subs on top of each other with...
Maybe that's why it doesn't bother me, because I use high seas sites to watch anime, and this is kind of common for those sites anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's also telling you that he hasn't grown up on the fan translations. There was a good chance you were going to get a very bad person at it, and the font was barely legible.
This reminds me, I can't wait for an anime and video game tourist season. And oh, Sonny boy, I don't think it's ever going to end, my friend. At least I think it'll get worse before it gets better.
No indication of who's supposed to be saying what. All of which makes the subs substantially harder to read and creates potential accessibility issues. Plus, there's no typesetting whatsoever anymore, so you can just forget about reading any on-screen text that's relevant to the story of the anime you're watching. And to top it all...
Okay. That's annoying. I didn't know that. That's fucking annoying.
I don't know. Have
you
guys...
those of you that aren't anime fans that don't know what that means, if let's say there's dialogue happening, like the people are talking, and so of course the subtitles what they're saying shows up. But let's say a street sign or an advertisement that's like in the meta in the universe, or maybe like a wall scroll or something that has text on it is also on screen. Mini subtitles will pop up to translate even that to English. I did not know they quit doing that, but again, it's par for the course because Crunchyroll sucks and it's only been getting worse. What do you think, Zenny?
I don't know. I have to agree with you. But I mean, like, I don't know. Have you ever got all that information where, like, you get the example I have is somebody shows their phone, right, in an anime, and then it has a bunch of text in Japanese, and
Mhm.
instead of breaking it down into chunks so that you could read it, it's
It's
just
just
an
all in
entire
one
screen.
long fucking
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, you see bad things all the time. I'm really surprised he's bringing this up now.
Ooh, I want to address this comment. Leon, would you make an anime one day? No. Sort of. I would, if given the opportunity and the budget and creative control, whatnot, I would make something animated. I am of the belief, I am one of those purists, that it is not anime unless it comes from Japan. Avatar: The Last Airbender ain't a fucking anime. My friend Superman, whatever, ain't an anime. I'm not Japanese. Unless I were to go to Japan and work with the Japanese studios and whatnot to make it, it would not be anime. Now I got that opportunity. By all means, I absolutely would. But yeah, no, I would not make something here in the West using the anime style and claim it to be anime, because it wouldn't. It would be anime adjacent at best or an anime knockoff at worst.
You'd get High Guardian Spice 2.0.
Exactly. Except for, I wouldn't make it all woke and disgusting.
All off when they finally dropped the first episode for Hiroaka's final season. 9 hours late, it had subtitles for every language except English, even though Hulu got it up just fine right on time. Overnight, Crunchyroll's subtitles have become as bad as Netflix and Amazon's, if not worse, which is pathetic when they're one.
I feel like, far be it from me to defend Netflix, but I've never really had an issue. In fact, I like Netflix's subtitles for anime because, again, at least with the big shonen anime and Naruto, One Piece, whatnot, they translate almost more directly than the dubs. So I don't know. I don't have an issue with Netflix's anime subtitles, but again, I pirate, so it doesn't really matter.
I watch Full Metal on there every year. Unless they took it
Really?
down this year, because I don't have Netflix right now.
Full Metal is so great. That's a good yearly watch. That is a very
Yes.
good yearly watch.
Job as a platform is to be the best place to watch specifically anime. While there are still services like High Dive and Ocean Vale offering more limited typesetting, Crunchyroll, who were the best at it until literally last month, have seemingly abandoned it altogether. According to as yet unconfirmed rumors, the cause of this seems to be Crunchyroll forcing their entire localization team to switch to this new software called Una, which integrates streamlined subtitling tools into a team management chat system.
I was about to say, it seems like he's about to bitch and moan about AI, and here's the dealio. I want to make this unequivocally clear, chat. I want to make this unequivocally clear. Fuck localizers. Fuck localization in general, unless it's absolutely necessary, because I get there are some phrases that don't translate. That's fair. No. I want AI to replace them. I want AI to replace every single one of them. I will not cry when they lose their jobs. Not if they lose their jobs. When they lose their jobs, I will not cry. I will celebrate. I might throw a fucking party in the Discord or a party on live stream. We can all get drunk and eat pizza and talk about our favorite anime, because fuck the localizers.
Absolutely. I cannot wait for AI to replace not only the localizers, but the voice actors as well, because fuck that shit. I am so done with all the Americans dealing with our anime. Get the fuck out.
Based AF. All right, let's keep going.
Similar to Slack. Also, there's some AI crap in there, because of course there is, although apparently that is through third-party extensions, not built into the app itself. And sources within Crunchyroll have confirmed that they're not using AI in subtitling at all for now. There has also been some hay made about how Una's based out of Tel Aviv, though this video is mainly going to focus on how watching anime is getting worse, because that's my wheelhouse. To my knowledge, no one who works there has openly supported the atrocities, but I completely understand if you want to draw the line there anyway. Although, if you do, you might have more subscriptions to cancel than you realize. Una is an all-in-one enterprise solution designed to be the, quote, gold standard for big studios and streaming giants who need their content translated. So it offers pretty much nothing to help with the specific challenges of anime localization. My podcast co-host
The challenge that comes with anime localization is the people in the localization process that decided that incorporating Western values and ideologies is more important than translating the fucking anime as the goddamn author intended. Let's keep it a buck. That's what it is. The trend it's not, hey, how do we translate this turn of phrase and localize it in a way that makes sense? No, it's things like, oh, the original manga and Japanese version said virgin. Let's translate it to incel so we can make fun of the straight white dudes who are the ones buying the products and buying the statues and making sure this actually stays successful in the West. Anything to add?
Nope.
Perfect.
Host Miles wrote about this in his anime newsletter on Substack, and according to him, the localization team at Crunchyroll used to use an open source program called Aegis Sub, which is specifically designed with anime in mind to support advanced typesetting and subtitle styling. That was Crunchyroll's secret sauce, but there were several
No, Crunchyroll's secret sauce was that they didn't have any competition, minus you can maybe say Netflix. Crunchyroll has a complete monopoly on the Western anime distribution market. And so if you want to watch the new latest and greatest shit, minus a few things that are snapped up by Amazon or Netflix or whatnot, you have to go to Crunchyroll. Or again, you could be like me and Cinny and sail the motherfucking high seas. Shout out Straw Hat Pirates. But yeah, that's Crunchyroll's secret sauce.
Downsides to using it on the business side of things. The more specialized software, of course, required more specialized talent to use it, and those higher effort subtitles obviously take a whole lot more time to produce than the crap they're settling for now. More advanced typesetting would also require rendering out multiple versions of each anime episode with different hard subs for every language that Crunchyroll offers, because even Crunchyroll's video player can only do so much by itself. Not to mention
What was that, Cindy?
I said, boo fucking who? That's your job. It's what you signed up for. Get the fuck over it. Do your work.
Well, no. What they signed up for was what what they signed up for is the same reason that games journalists signed up to be games journalists, because they couldn't hack it being political journalists. They couldn't hack it in politics. So they start with the easy, low-level entry stuff and then want to use that as a pulpit to push their narratives and push their propaganda to eventually force their way into the upper echelons. The people working on anime and whatnot right now, they don't want to be working on anime. They want to be working on changing anime and changing gaming and whatnot to fit their global Western standard for what is, truly morally virtuous and correct.
Oh, fuck off.
Platforms like Netflix and Amazon don't support typesetting at all. So when Crunchyroll sublicenses an anime to one of those services, they just have to go back and make the subtitles again, but shittier this time anyway. So from a business perspective, change.
By the way, I will say that he could be objectively correct in that these are shitty subtitles. This is a shitty program that does not adhere to a conducive environment for what makes anime visually proper. But I'm gonna be real. To me, this is far less of an issue than so many of the other things that has happened in the anime community, whether it be with Crunchyroll or with the fandoms or anything like that. I find, all the money spent on High Guardian Spice to be a problem. I find Crunchyroll having a monopoly on the entire Western anime market to be a problem. I have the censorship, the complete and utter censorship of anime to be a problem. The complete and utter removal of certain anime, such as, let's say, interspecies reviewers, to be a problem. So needless to say, yes, while the way subtitles look and whatnot is an issue, it is far low on my list of issues when it comes to what's going on with anime.
Yeah, didn't people tell Crunchyroll, don't make High Guardian Spice? We don't want to see it. Just focus on your work. Make anime.
That's another thing. Well, so it's not even that, because the people, there's two types of people that boycotted High Guardian Spice. And when I say two types of people, it's a Venn diagram. There's some overlay. There are the people that, were say, oh my God, this is fucking woke and disgusting and trash. And we're not 2017, 2018 woke, where it was like all in. Every character a POC, every character a lesbian. The art style is that Cal Arts bullshit, but it's pretending to be anime. Like, just the absolute peak 2017, 2018 culture war, brain rot, woke slop was High Guardian Spice. So you have people that were boycotting it for that. Then you have people that were boycotting it because Crunchyroll always made a big deal out of their idea that excuse me, sorry, that people may have, Crunchyroll always made a big deal out of the idea that everything that we do, all the money we make and whatnot, we put back into Japan. We put, we want to make sure that the animators are properly compensated. These anime companies are properly compensated. We want to make sure to really spread the financial wealth to Japan, since they're the ones that are bringing us this content. And then they go and they make their own original Western anime wannabe. And it's like, whoa, you spent all your money to do this. What happened to fairly paying animators and translators and stuff to that effect? When it turns out, lo and behold, that's not what you were doing. So you flat lied. But then you've got the Venn diagram where they cross over, and that was where I fell. For example, I loathe the woke slop and loathe that they lied about what they were doing for the anime industry in Japan.
That's wild. I didn't know all
the
of
software
that.
Oh yeah, it was a big deal.
Makes some sense, if indeed that is what happened. Crunchyroll hasn't actually confirmed or denied that they're working with Una yet, and all I could get out of my source is that there were nebulous technical and software issues affecting subtitles for some shows, which the team is currently working on fixing. But we still don't have a timeline for when it will be fixed, and regardless, Crunchyroll shouldn't be testing out new technology or a new subtitling pipeline on live anime episodes, let alone all of the new anime episodes for the start of a season. This is when the fandom is the most active in discovering and discussing new anime, a moment where any kind of pain point in the viewing experience can make or break a show's chance at finding an audience. And they're out here making it hard to even understand what characters are saying and screwing around to the point that even tentpole shows like Hiroaka aren't coming out on time. This is a serious slap in the face to Crunchyroll's core audience, but it's far from the only.
Maybe it's me. Maybe this is me gonna be like old man yells at cloud. Oh, they're back in the good old days. I don't fucking care if the anime is not coming out on time, because Cindy, people like you and me, we've been watching anime for many, many years. That shit never came out on time back in the day. You had to go to some seedy ass fucking websites, and it was like 3 weeks behind, and it was fan translated. And it's like, dude, I don't care. Like, I grew up in the dark ages of I grew up watching anime before anime was even on the internet. You got VHS tapes of anime that was like new to you here in America. That's been out since 1982 in Japan. I don't give a shit about whether you gotta wait a few days or not. To me, modern anime fans be spoiled as fuck.
Yep.
Excellent.
I miss the old days.
Yes, I miss the old days as well.
One in the last few years. Despite the platform's rapid post-pandemic growth, basically every change that they've made lately has been for the worse. This all really comes back to Crunchyroll's merger with Funimation, which a lot of people thought at the time would mean Crunchyroll just taking over Funimation's licenses and continuing to operate as they had been. After all, they kept the much more successful Crunchyroll branding, and it would be very obviously silly to put the people who made Funimation now, a broken dogshit service that most people only sub to, when they had a really good exclusive for this.
I will say, while Funimation was dog shit, while I don't like Funimation, I like supporting Funimation. I think after what Funimation did to Vit Mignogna, I quit them cold fucking turkey, right? They're the scum of the earth, just like Crunchyroll. There really isn't a good Western company when it comes to how anime is produced here in the West or distributed here in the West.
Sure, it's websites.
I will say, what was that?
I said, sure, there is. There's websites.
I mean,
a lot of times they're American made.
I mean, yeah, there's no good legal, alternatives. However, I will say Crunchyroll was so, not Crunchyroll, Funimation was so retarded. I had a roommate at the time who had a Crunchyroll or a Funimation subscription. This is obviously before the buyout, and he didn't renew his subscription, and they kept letting him have like the platform, for like the app working and everything without charging him for like a fucking year before they caught their mistake. So that was awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Season in charge of the very platform that ate their entire lunch and forced them to be bought out by Sony. But the thing about Japanese megacorporations is that seniority is everything. And Funimation's people had been part of Sony longer than Crunchyroll's, so when the time came to eliminate redundancies, it was the real anime fans who knew what they were doing who got the axe, while Funimation and Sony execs took over. And since then, Crunchyroll has gone through several more waves of layoffs, each one purging the company of more and more of the people who actually gave a shit about anime.
Bro, the way he is capping for for Crunchyroll and is capping for their past is so, like, lick corporate boot even harder, daddy. Like, that's the way it's coming off to me.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No, I don't think you are. That's the sad thing.
Like, they've laid off more and more of what made Crunchyroll great. Bitch, Crunchyroll ain't been great in at least 8 years. The fuck you talking about? When the people on the internet are saying he's only making this video now because he doesn't get Crunchyroll sponsorships or anything anymore, or because they're not paying him under the table, or whatever the accusations and conspiracy theories are, I'm leading like more and more into believing what they're saying, because we're halfway through this video and it's basically just him sounding like he's butthurt over Crunchyroll just now sucking. Because he can't say, well, they've sucked for years and years and years, because they were paying him for those years and years and years.
I feel like he's the Internet Explorer of anime YouTubers.
The Internet Explorer, that's a fucking good, that's a good reference. And yeah, exactly, Tailvin. His shield check no longer is being cashed.
The anime community and the anime viewing experience. The first real sign of this change was the degradation of the Crunchyroll store, which almost immediately started having the exact same problems that the Funimation store used to have, with unpredictable product delays and damaged goods due to poor packaging. Exactly the sort of thing you expect to see from people who don't really care about anime collectors and just want to move as much product as possible as quickly as possible for as little cost as possible. The Right Stuff buyout was supposed to fix that problem by bringing in literally the best people in the anime retail business and all of their supply chain infrastructure, then folding that into the Crunchyroll brand. But I think you already have some idea of what the people in charge now think of letting real anime fans tell them how to run their business, so it probably won't surprise you to hear that what actually happened was the exact opposite. The Crunchyroll store experience stayed exactly as shitty as it had been, while their only real competition simply ceased to be.
Yo guys, it's me, Char.
I'll be real. If you were buying your merchant shit from Crunchyroll, I don't feel sorry for you anyway. I don't. Like,
I don't know. Okay. Hear me out. They had one sale, okay, where everything was like really cheap, but the material, like the figures you got were top quality. Like I got a couple of REM figures and another figure for like $30.
That's cool. I'll be real. I couldn't care less, because that money went to Crunchyroll, and fuck Crunchyroll. Guess what I'm doing tomorrow?
Sometimes.
I guess what I'm doing today, technically, because it's after midnight my time. I'm going to an anime convention. I'm going to an anime convention for a few hours for all my streams and whatnot. Guess what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be going to local vendors, people who travel around doing the anime circuit. I'm going to be buying my statues and shit there. I'm going to get my autographs and whatnot there. So, like, I personally don't give a good goddamn about buying this manufactured bullshit from Crunchyroll, because I'm going to actual anime fans who, interact with the community and have, all this idea of like, hey, let's haggle, let's bargain. Oh, this is a really cool, rare figure from 1998 instead of this fucking mass-produced assembly line bullshit from the new, Attack on Titan or whatever that you're going to get for $90 on Crunchyroll. So yeah, no. I don't give a fuck if you bought shit from Crunchyroll and it came like a prepackaged mess. That's what you get for buying from Crunchyroll instead of going out and actually supporting the local anime community.
Hey, can we put you dressing up as a schoolgirl on your wheel of torture for the anime convention?
I wouldn't have been opposed to that, but I'm going tomorrow morning at like 10:30 in the morning. I don't have the resources to put something like that together. MegaCon?
Yeah.
We can. We'd probably have to do it closer to when MegaCon is, because the idea of grifting for something that happens in March or April or whatever, all back in October, just doesn't.
I'm writing it on my calendar.
Okay, you write that on your calendar, and we'll see what happens. Come on, play.
Harley, hey, did that Guy just turned to Saiyan.
And to add insult to injury, people who had pre-ordered stuff from Right Stuf ended up having to deal with the same months-long delays, poor communication, and sloppy, low-effort shipping that they went to that other store to avoid in the first place. And that's not even getting into the various Kickstarters for classic anime re-releases that Right Stuf had been running through their Nozomi Entertainment media label, like the Captain Tyler Special Edition that I promoted way back when. Crunchyroll,
completely unrelated to anything he had to say, except for those of you guys that have not seen Captain Tyler, the irresponsible Captain Tyler. Holy shit, one of the greatest anime of all time. Fucking banger anime, top 10 anime openings, maybe even top 3 anime openings ever. Do yourself a service and watch irresponsible Captain Tyler.
Only just started sending out Blu-rays for the Let's Dub Dirty Pair Kickstarter that was funded way back in 2021 with an estimated release date of August 2022. And when they did finally send them out, not only did they fail to deliver on a promised version of the dub with old school sound effects, several of the discs were straight up mislabeled. So
to me, this sounds like limited run games, but for anime.
Yeah, the Right Stuf buyout's been nothing but an unmitigated disaster for anime fans, and it's indicative of a corporate culture that simply does not care what we want because they know they're the only real game in town. But that's still not the most egregious example of Crunchyroll abandoning the anime community. That ignominious distinction belongs to what they've done to their own community features, which you might have noticed just straight up don't exist anymore. 2 years ago, they shut down their forums, which was disappointing, but somewhat understandable in the new.
No, it was not understandable. And I guarantee you I know what he's going to say. First of all, the shutting down of the forums was a major turnoff for so many individuals that use Crunchyroll, because what are the forums for? Cindy, do you know what the forums were for?
Wasn't it to talk about the anime that they were putting up there?
Bingo, bango, bongo. It was for fans to talk about the anime. It was for fans to get invested in the community and have conversations, and they shut them down. And why did they shut them down? I'll give you a guess. Take a wild guess as to why they shut the forums down.
Were they speaking badly about Crunchyroll?
Not about Crunchyroll, but you're correct. Speaking badly. Oh, there's so much hate speech in the forums. Oh, there's so much negativity. Oh, there's so many racists and homophobes and misogynists and yada, yada, fucking yada. Basically, they were toxic. They shut down where the anime fans were coming together to have conversation, good, bad, or ugly, whatever, about the community and about the shows during the time, because it was too toxic. These soft ass bitches. So yeah, no, it was not understandable. And I guarantee you he's about to say the reason's understandable is because of the negativity and of the toxicity. Well, get the fuck out of here. You can't handle some goddamn heat, then get out of the fucking community. Because guess what? Anime fans talk shit. We've always talked shit. Sorry, continue.
He really feels like a tourist. Like, I mean, really feels like one.
Absolutely. Soy as fuck. And yeah, I mean, even if he's not a tourist, even if he actually is an anime fan, he is so beholden to the modern day globalist ideology of what must be correct and corrected, and what must be the proper way to handle yourself, and like, oh, we need to make sure that we everything accessible and all encompassing and all inclusive, and he's anti-gatekeeping. So even if he is a real fan, he's a soy beta male bitch made cuck who absolutely has no reason to be commentating on the current state of the anime community.
New social media age, except that around the same time, they also started using HDCP encryption to block video screenshots on their site and app, making it substantially more difficult to clip, cap, and discuss anime on social media. And
which, by the way, is good in my opinion. I'm glad they did that. Not because I'm anti-piracy or whatnot, but because I'm pro-piracy, and I like the idea of people like, oh, you mean I can't screen cap this from the official Crunchyroll site? Well, guess I need to find a new piracy site to use. I mean, allegedly. So yeah, good. I'm glad Crunchyroll fucked up in that regard, because maybe it drove real fans who are going to do, like, the people that really want to watch the shows, the people that are like, because if you're a tourist or if you're a layman or whatnot, or you're a normie, and Crunchyroll starts fucking up your viewing experience, you're just going to stop watching anime. But if you're a fan, you're going to try and find an alternative way to watch your anime, which will hopefully lead you to one of these high seas endeavors.
Made my life personally harder by messing up my whole thumbnail process, just as a nice little treat. But it still wasn't all bad. They did still have the comment section directly under every episode that let you dive right into talking about anime with like-minded fans as you were still watching it. And when you finished a series, you could even write up a review that would appear on the show's homepage, which could then spark further discussion. It was a fantastic feature, clearly thought up by anime fans who...
It was not a fantastic feature. It is a softball version of the forums. It's a fine feature. I'm not going to say it's bad. It's a fine feature. But it is a softball version of what the forums were.
Spent a lot of time on other anime sites, but you might have noticed that I'm talking about it exclusively in the past tense, and that's because last summer, on July 8th, Crunchyroll just up and deleted the whole thing without any notice, not even giving those...
Yup.
That's fucking crazy.
So, when you're talking about the Enshittification of Crunchyroll now, where were you a year ago when this was going on? And to be fair, I don't watch Mother's Basement, or at least I haven't in many, many years. So maybe he did talk about this then. I'm not going to claim to know about it. So, fair enough. Take that with a grain of salt. But yeah, Crunchyroll is up and people didn't have the reviews saved or backed up, or maybe they didn't have them screen capped or anything like that. And so now any and all thoughts. Now, frankly, this is why I write all my reviews on a completely different website. I use Kitsu. I think Kitsu's great. A lot of people use My Anime List. I think My Anime List sucks a fat donkey dick. So I'm a Kitsu person, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, fuck Crunchyroll and fuck this dude for being a shill for Crunchyroll for all the years that he's been a shill for goddamn Crunchyroll.
That's crazy.
Fan reviewers a chance to back their work up elsewhere. One day, comments were on, the next, they were gone. And the reason I know what specific day it is because it was kind of my fault. Not on purpose, to be clear. It was the last outcome I wanted to see, but 2 days prior to all the comments and reviews going away, a
lot of deeply pathetic people review bombing the new BL anime Twilight Out of Focus, claiming that it isn't about homophobia from their profiles with single-digit review counts. They're really going out of their way to claim Crunchyroll is shoving it in their face. Oh, so you mean this soy bitch is the reason that us regular anime fans who understand the medium and understand the genre and don't want to have modern day leftist ideological Western politics shoved down our throats and into anime, which, is an inherently Eastern medium? You mean it's because of you that we are now treated like pariahs and alt-right fascist MAGA supporting Nazi pedophiles? Because of you, Mother's Basement? Go fuck yourself. Sorry,
I don't think he wants that label of it is his fault, because people are going to turn on him. Like, if they haven't already, is he still popular?
I don't know. Let's see how many views this video has gotten. This video has gotten 400,000 views. So within 3 days. So I would say he is still relatively relevant. Yes.
Fair enough.
Come on, play.
Did make a tweet about some homophobic weirdos who were going around review bombing literally every yaoi and yuri series on the platform. I wasn't really trying to start a controversy, and I didn't even put any blame on...
You're right. You weren't trying to start a controversy. But what you were doing was virtue signaling, so you could get them sweet, sweet likes and followers on X, and maybe get a handful of titillating new viewers to up your video revenue by 12 fucking cents for saying the right stuff about Globo Homo. So yeah, even if you weren't trying to be controversial, you were trying to be to virtue signal. And guess what? Your virtue signal ruined it for everyone. You four-eyed, five-head, oh my god, I hate this guy. I hate him.
Crunchyroll for it happening. I was just pointing out weird, toxic behavior from culture warrior tourists trying to gatekeep queer genres that have been part of anime and anime fandom in Japan and abroad since before they were even born. Fake anime fans using our hobby to push their political agenda are a much bigger problem than any one.
Really? All right, let's analyze this. Fake anime fans using our hobby, us real fans, to push their agenda. You mean kind of like the leftist localizers who fundamentally change and alter the localizations and the dubs of the anime we watch to fit a leftist narrative? I'm going to take a wild guess and say he doesn't have an issue with that sort of tourist.
Nope. No, he doesn't.
All right,
And that's why I say he feels like a tourist. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
it's shit like that.
Anime website, but the tweet did undeniably put some indirect pressure on Crunchyroll to maybe start moderating comments and reviews a little more, like at the very least filter out the obvious copy-paste spam. And I guess they did some internal calculations and came to the conclusion that it would be cheaper to just nuke the whole feature. A frustrating, disappointing, downright depressing thing to watch unfold when all I wanted to do was mock some guys who forgot about don't like, don't look. But now, as I
Wow, that's a wild thing to say when you got people in trouble because you didn't like what they said, and instead of turning the fuck away from it, you bitched about it on an open platform. Fuck you, dude.
You took the words effectively right out of my mouth. Don't like, don't look apparently only goes one way. Remember, rules for thee, but not for me with these types.
Goodness.
Look back on that moment, it does give me a bit of hope for this one, because even if Crunchyroll's management isn't part of the anime community anymore, there are clearly still real anime fans working there who care about what the community and our little slice of it have to say. They've been out on social media reassuring fans about the subtitle situation as best they can without, an official statement from the higher ups. And even if they don't have nearly as much power within the company as they should or used to, they are still passing the concerns of fans along. Since I tweeted about making this video, they even
working on a real quick topical video about something that might permanently burn a sponsorship bridge. But okay, so he was. I wasn't sure if he was officially sponsored by Crunchyroll or not. But bingo, bango, bongo, right here. So he was officially sponsored by Crunchyroll, bro. This bootlicking shill. This bootlicking shill. Uncle Tomaru. It's the Uncle Tom of anime.
Reached out to me about opening dialogue on these and other anime community issues, so we'll see how that goes. I would love nothing more than to see Crunchyroll go back to being by otaku for otaku. And
it will never do that. And why will it never do that? Because people like you have encouraged, nay, not propagated a tourist takeover of our fucking hobby. First it came from comics. Actually, first it came for D&D. Then it came from comics. Then it came from video games. Then it came from tabletop role-playing games such as, that aren't D&D, like Warhammer 40K and such. And now, the last bastion, the East, anime, manga, it's finally there. And why is it finally there? Because people like you have propagated this and made this the exact issue that we have all been taking refuge from in all of our other fucking hobbies. When's the last time I bought a goddamn Marvel comic? Well, actually, relatively recently, because I wanted to get some Spider-Man Godzilla stuff, or some Spider-Man Predator stuff. But beyond that, prior to that, like 2015. Why have I stopped, for the most part, playing AAA Western video games? Because of the shit that is now affecting anime. Like, why have I made so many anime is under attack by tourist videos over the last month and a half or so? They've all done very well for a channel my size, by the way. Shout out. Thank you all for supporting those. Because of motherfuckers like you. Wish he was locked in that fucking basement.
I honestly think that would be the best for the long-term sustainability of their brand, but honestly, I don't even know if that's possible anymore, so I'd settle for them just not actively making the experience worse for their most hardcore users. Crunchyroll may be huge now thanks to the COVID weeb boom, but without their core audience, they are still a tiny-ass fish in the streaming ocean, and if all of the reasons to watch anime through them instead of Netflix or some less official channels go away, Sony's new golden goose could give up the ghost before they know it. And I don't want to see that happen, because I still think Crunchyroll provides a net positive to anime
And here it is. Here's where he's trying to save that sponsorship. You know, it's like, I don't hate Crunchyroll. I just think that there's some issues and we want to save Crunchyroll. Please don't stop sending me money. Just send me money while I bitch and moan about you, but say just enough positive. That way you still think it's relevant to send me money. While I can still be a positive voice for putting money in your pocket while you continue to destroy the motherfucking medium.
Oh my goodness. Let me stab you in the back while I smile sweetly at you.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
Fans by making sure damn near every show gets translated. Even if you're watching on pirate sites, you're still watching Crunchyroll subtitles, and you'll probably notice the drop in quality there too. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some poorly subtitled anime to watch and recommendations to write, plus another topical video about the politics of One Piece that I'm really proud of, so please make sure.
Oh, I'm going to tear that bitch asunder. I love when these fucking British meatballs decide to make videos about the politics of One Piece. I will ream them. Ooh, I cannot wait. I will split the seam of his sack, to quote the shoe on head video from yesterday.
Oh my gosh. Somebody, Vasanam asked a good question.
Am I misreading the situation, or is the guy complaining that Crunchyroll isn't political enough? That seems to be one of his veiled complaints. He's had many complaints thus far, yes, and that is one of his more veiled complaints. Yes, I would 100% say, like, you're not misreading the situation. That's just only one part of this overall video.
And ring the notification bell if you haven't already to make sure you don't miss any of that. And if you want to support me making more content, especially stuff like this that risks pissing off my own long-term sponsors, consider pledging to my Patreon. It gives me a financial safety net to make risky videos like this one and my Gundam retrospective, and in exchange, you'll get access to
Or, allow me to grift for a moment. Allow me to shill myself for a moment. Rather than joining his Patreon or giving him memberships or anything, you can do that for your boy instead. You can send me donations and memberships directly here on YouTube while we're being live and interactive with you, while I give you guys actual, real, unbiased, unfiltered, musings and opinings on the nature of anime and really just Japanese and Eastern mediums as a whole, because fuck tourists like this, or again, if he's not a tourist, fuck shills like this. By the way, I think we crossed into tier 1, so it's time to go ahead and try and hit tier 2, crew.
Uncensored cuts of my videos, an archive of old scripts, and an absolutely lovely Discord community full of amazing people. I'm Jeff Thu, professional anime fan, just trying to keep the standards up.
That Discord community already annoys me. I can tell from here that it's going to be really stupid opinions.
Yeah, that was painful. That video, I can see why the anime community over the course of the last few days, like Serranos was telling me last night on X, were having a bitch fit about this video, because I hadn't heard about the controversy, because when this video broke a couple days ago, this video came out on the same day as what was supposed to be the Reddit, Steam, Twitch, not controversy, but the hearing. And that, of course, the congressional hearing, which didn't happen. But basically, I did a fucking 7-hour stream that day, and it was all about, just political stuff. So, yeah, I completely missed the discourse that was happening here. Needless to say, yeah, it makes sense as to why there was a lot of backlash, and rightfully so. This video was just fucking terrible. Any final thoughts before I wrap an outro for this?
No, go for it.
Perfect. Well, guys, these are just my opinions. Let me know yours in the comments down below, or let me know on X. You can find me at Bolt the Word, and please do subscribe. I'm a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day. Not always with a co-host, not always about anime, but movies, music, video games, Magic the Gathering, you name it. Check us out on Instagram at wordsparadise_Leon and become a member for $4.99 a month. You can join the Discord, choose the articles we go over on a day-to-day basis, choose the videos we react to on the daily live streams, and of course get involved with over 200 other vital idols. We are a bright, beautiful, glowing, vibrant community that I cannot wait to grow even further, because we do care about diversity. Only one kind of diversity of thought. That's interesting to you. Join the Discord to subscribe. And until next time, it's all here in the Nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise.